Okay, so today we're doing a relatively simple lunch. We're doing the Aldi's Simply Nature Tomato Basil Soup. I was kind of startled to find out how hard it is to find a vegan tomato soup. I was like, this is going to be easy. No, it's actually not. But I did find one. I can't remember how much this was. I'll put it on the screen. This I got at Whole Foods, and if I recall correctly, it was $3.99, and this is the 365 plant-based cheddar style shreds. And then this is also from Aldi's, just like the soup, and it's the classic white bread. I was going to do this with sourdough from Aldi's, but it turns out the sourdough, although it doesn't contain milk, it's done in a facility where they process other baked goods that have milk or butter in them. So I was like, you know what? Just go for this one. This is actually completely and accidentally, I think. Hang on. Does it say? No, it doesn't say plant-based or vegan anywhere. No artificial flavors or colors, no high fructose corn syrup. Huh. And this, I think, was 99 cents. So, we're going to get started with the soup. It's just going in the pan, probably at medium. Will I get the sandwich? Smells good. Smells real. And the can says about 2 servings. And I think each serving is like a cup. Yes, 1 cup. So I'm going to have a small portion, and my kids are going to have heartier portions of the soup. Because it's just the three of us today. Burner is still hot. Don't do this at home, folks. You might burn yourself. There you go. I like to clean as I go. That includes sink spills. All right, I need a cutting board. And if you're old like me, you probably watched your mom make these a million times. Pretty straightforward, although this is the first time I've made. You know what? Let's put margarine on it first. This is actually a Lefton vintage margarine container from the 70s. So I saw that and I was like, oh, I remember those when I was a kid. Sort of thing that fancy people had. And yes, this is vegan margarine. Let's see if I can butter this without tearing holes in the bread, because the bread is very soft. Alright, and then the other side. Floof on? Yes, floof is on. This is the first day in a while where the weather's actually been quite mild. Don't know the exact temperature. I was out getting my swim and I was just like, wow, this is like balmy. I will put the current temperature where we are up on the screen in the editing process. Yeah, that's getting there. A little hot. All right, done with the margarine. Let's see if we can do this without making a huge mess. You know what? It says on the front, it melts and stretches. It did taste kind of melty when I put it on the Southwest burrito bowl and the tacos, but I could tell when I was melting it, it didn't look exactly like real cheese. However, it tasted like real cheese. All right, back when it gets more exciting. Okay, let's see if this is ready to flip. Sense a distinct lack of cohesiveness, but I don't want to leave it too long, lest the bread burn. I think I'm going to give it another minute. Soup is getting really close to being done. That actually looks pretty good. I think we're just going to turn the burner off on that. That's hot enough. Cross fingers. All right. That's almost done. In fact, I think we can turn that off as well. All right, we serve the kids first. Okay, floof on? Yes, floof is on. All right, kids are fed. My turn. All right, I guess we're going to find out whether this indeed pulls and stretches. First, let's cut it. Wow, this is quite soft. There's definitely a margin of error between toasted enough and burnt. It's kind of hard to nail unless you make them frequently. Well, I don't see any cheese pull, but it does appear to melt quite well. I'm going to grab a thumbnail of that, and then we're going to taste it. Okay, I guess the proof of the pudding is in the tasting, right? So it looks pretty. Taste the soup first. The soup is good. Tastes like regular tomato soup, which is kind of the goal. All right, now for the vegan cheese sandwich. The taste is good. The one problem is not that the texture is bad, is something I've noticed with other vegan cheeses in the past, is that it tends to stick to your teeth. I'm going to try one of the inner bites now, not the crust. Yeah, it's got the thing where like it tends to stick to your teeth. But it's not bad. It's definitely not nearly as bad as it used to be when I first tasted vegan cheese. Gosh, that was probably 10 years ago. And the whole industry was definitely in its infancy, and you could tell. This is good. I would give it a 4 out of 5 for what it is. I'm not sure I would make it for myself again because I'm not vegan. Sorry, come at me in the comments if you want. Um, Sorry for saying a lot. It's a bad habit I'm trying to break. However, it's the sort of thing where I would probably keep both of these items on hand simply because they're useful for other vegan cooking when I do reviews. But also, if I had vegan friends coming over, this is something I would see as being easy to make and relatively popular. I mean, I guess you couldn't do this if somebody was allergic to gluten. That would not work. But that's about it. I do a lot of food content on my channel. It's some of it's produce unboxing. We're actually gonna have a Hungry Harvest delivery this Friday for the first time in like 3 weeks because I was not thrilled at what they were offering. But we do produce unboxing. I do a lot of cooking. Um, This playlist is only vegan and plant based, but I do have other stuff that I cook that's not vegan. So if you're repulsed and annoyed by the depiction of animal products, you're fine on this channel, but my other cooking channels you might want to avoid. That's about it. Think about hitting like and subscribe if you want, helps me out. But even if you don't, have a fantastic day.